Do you remember that guy in your neighborhood driving a 2009 Honda Accord, shopping for discounts at wholesale clubs and wearing a cheap watch? In recent years, almost every finance channel on the internet held this guy up as the ultimate role model. They told you, look poor, get rich quietly. Do you know why people fell for this trend and started the entire look poor wave so easily? Because of a few viral photos of tech billionaires circulating on social media. You know the ones. A founder wearing a plain gray t-shirt and jeans, walking into a boardroom. People looked at those images and mistakenly thought, if I dress down, I am acting like a billionaire. Quite tragicomic, isn't it? And do the creators making these finance videos actually look poor in real life? I highly doubt it. Most of the time, the real reason they churn out these look poor videos is so they can eventually buy luxury assets, wear high-end watches, and vacation in Monaco. What a massive contradiction. They preach absolute invisibility to you while monetizing your attention to build their own visible lifestyle. Now, I'm going to explain in detail why the hundreds of look poor videos floating around the internet are actually a huge strategic mistake that could cost you your career growth. And I won't do it like they do, using superficial cliches like, look, famous founders dress simply, so you should too to get rich. Instead, we'll look directly at how the real world, business ecosystems, and human psychology actually work. Because there is a deeply overlooked reality in sociology and commerce. This strategy isn't always a stroke of financial genius. Most of the time, it is a massive strategic mistake that destroys your opportunity costs. Here is the truth the internet isn't telling you. The world cannot read your mind to guess how talented, smart, or capable you are. The world reads the signals you send out. In economics, Nobel Prize-winning research on signaling theory explains how human beings evaluate one another under conditions of uncertainty. Think about how the market operates. When you walk into a job interview, a high-stakes business meeting, or an investment pitch, nobody has immediate access to your bank account, your personal credit score, or your internal work ethic. They are forced to make rapid decisions using incomplete information. The business world and high-value networks operate under this exact uncertainty. An investor, business partner, or client standing in front of you cannot see your net worth. Therefore, they look at your physical appearance, your posture, your attention to detail, and your overall energy. When you intentionally present yourself as unkempt, excessively average, or worn down under the banner of stealth wealth, you are not sending a signal of secret genius. You are signaling to the other party that you might be undisciplined, indifferent to details, or lacking essential resources. You delay or completely destroy the formation of trust capital, which is the single most critical asset in professional life. Research in behavioral economics shows that individuals who maintain a strategically polished and well-groomed image receive higher initial compensation offers, hold significantly greater leverage at negotiation tables, and gain far quicker acceptance into high-value networks. People want to do business with winners, not with people who look like they gave up on their personal presentation. Unlike wealth built in complete secrecy and isolation, individuals who actively manage their visibility leverage key psychological mechanisms that accelerate their success. Take the halo effect, for example. This is a fundamental cognitive bias where our brain takes one noticeable positive trait and projects it onto everything else about a person. When you look sharp, detailed, and well-kept, people automatically assume you are equally competent, trustworthy, organized, and capable in your professional life. It creates an invisible wave of goodwill before you even open your mouth. Or consider what cognitive psychologists call enclothed cognition. This phenomenon proves that the clothes we wear do not just affect how the outside world perceives us, they directly impact our own brain performance and self-perception. In a famous study, participants who wore a white coat they believed belonged to a doctor displayed significantly higher focus and attention than those wearing ordinary clothes. Moving through the world with a sharp quality image boosts your confidence, increases your risk tolerance, elevates your negotiation strength, and sharpens your problem-solving focus. In short, looking strategic doesn't just influence others, it elevates your own performance level. And then there's the attraction of opportunity. In the global financial ecosystem, major capital does not flow toward rusty cars driven in total secrecy. It flows toward signals of competence, professionalism, and strong resource management. An aggressive, dogmatic effort to look poor isolates you from high-value investment projects, strategic partnerships, and elite networking groups where life-changing deals are made. Now, let's look at the hidden cost behind that 2009 old car example. Imagine someone who, over 20 years, intentionally chooses low-quality products, skips networking dinners, avoids buying proper attire, and projects a worn-out image just to save $50,000 in cash. Sure, they may have painstakingly saved that money by cutting every possible corner. But what if, during that exact same time frame, their unkempt and uninspiring image cost them a $300,000 business partnership, a high-level client contract, or a promotion they were passed over for because they didn't look the part? In finance, this is called opportunity cost. The look poor philosophy proudly shows you how much money you saved on paper, but it can never calculate the millions of dollars in closed doors, missed introductions, and lost deals that passed you by because of your appearance. It is essential to separate two concepts that are frequently confused here: conspicuous consumption versus strategic presence. Conspicuous consumption means buying flashy brand logos on debt, driving hyper-luxury cars you cannot afford, and flexing on social media just to impress strangers when you don't actually have the net worth to back it up. That, of course, is financial suicide and absolute foolishness. Nobody is advocating for that. Strategic presence, on the other hand, has nothing to do with displaying giant designer logos or being loud. It is about looking well-fitted, clean, timeless, polished, and sharp. It means understanding color harmony, wearing properly tailored clothes, maintaining personal grooming, and carrying yourself with poise. Industry leaders, old money families, and those managing global capital rarely wear loud, oversized logos. However, through the subtle quality of their tailoring, their choice of a refined timepiece, and their confident posture, they send unmistakable signals of high competence, self-respect, and quality. Looking rich isn't about throwing money away. It's about using quality and presentation as a powerful nonverbal communication tool. Look at history's most successful dealmakers. They understood that personal presentation is an asset, not an expense. When you invest in your image, you are investing in your personal brand's conversion rate, just like a company spends money on high-quality packaging to reflect the premium nature of its product. You must package your skills in a way that reflects your value. In summary, the look poor trend is an oversimplified, extreme prescription handed out by internet gurus to audiences who lack deep business literacy. It takes a valid concept, avoiding useless consumer debt, and stretches it into an absurd extreme that hurts your earning potential. If your sole goal in life is survival, hiding from the world and accumulating a modest pile of cash while avoiding all human contact, staying invisible might work for you. But if your goal is to grow, build real enterprises, expand your financial network, command respect in your industry, and scale up your game, invisibility is not an advantage. It is a massive structural barrier. Real strategic finance neither requires flexing on debt nor hiding in a shell wearing tattered clothes. Real financial intelligence means directing your capital into productive income-generating assets while simultaneously using your personal image as a strategic key that unlocks doors ahead of you. Stop trying to hide your potential. Align your presentation with your ambition and let the world see that you are ready to operate at the highest level.